Fire and Police Commission. Present are Commissioner DeVoges, Crowther, Mackenzie, and myself, Commissioner Solar. Also present are Chief Mark Rolfin and Fire Personnel Officer Juliet Battle of the Fire Department, Chief Alfonso Morales, and Human Resources Administrator Ms. Arvis Williams of the Police Department, and our Executive Director, Lakeisha Butler. Ms. Butler, please proceed with the agenda.
First item on the agenda is public comment.
For public comment, each speaker will be limited to 2 minutes. Speakers are asked to say their name for the record and direct their comments to the commissioners and no one else. Please understand that under Wisconsin Opens Meeting Law, commissioners cannot respond to comments about matters not on the agenda. So please do not be offended by that. We're receptive to hearing comments about items on the agenda and may discuss your concerns during the meeting when the agenda item is reached. Please remember to respect the time of your fellow citizens. When the timer goes off, please wrap up your thoughts and finish your comments, or the zapper will hit you. No, that's not in the. If you have any additional questions and concerns, I encourage you to contact FPC office by phone, email, and to check the FPC website for information. And our first public comment comes from Mr. Paul Mazzina. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Commissioners. I appreciate this opportunity. And I'm saddened, like you all are, about the tragic death of Officer Matthew Rittner. And I'm asking the board to consider reviewing the use of force standard operating procedure 460. And because if we look at the criminal complaint, the person, Mr. Fricke, was involved with 2 very minor cannabis sales, and the sales were conducted by a confidential informant. We don't know exactly what circumstances that confidential informant was cooperating under. And there was a concern that this person was involved with the straw purchases of weapons, so we can appreciate the danger of someone that's purchasing weapons illegitimately and potentially distributing them, which could bring harm into the community. So there were some legitimate concerns, but when we look at what's happening nationwide with cannabis, it's questionable whether that the two sales from Mr. Fricke to a confidential informant of a total of $60 worth of cannabis could legitimately be justified. We put this officer in a very dangerous position. We knew, I say we, proverbial we, the law enforcement knew this person was potentially dangerous, even though the criminal complaint described him as a couch potato. They knew he was armed. And they put this officer into a position where we're going to bring down this drug house where 2 cannabis sales, a total of $60 worth, were conducted. There was no cannabis found in the house, as far as the criminal complaint describes. He wasn't charged with any gun violations, as far as what's detailed in the criminal report. So we have hearsay evidence or some suspicion that this person is involved with illegal gun trafficking. His house he's characterized as a big drug dealer. I mean, I'm asking for the Board of Fire and Police Commission to review use of force SOP 460 and let's take another look at why, when and why and what conditions we're going to put our people in such dangerous circumstances. Thank you.
Thank you. There being no further comments, this concludes the public comment portion of the meeting. We will now proceed with the consent agenda. Ms. Butler.
First item on the consent agenda are the regular meeting minutes from February 7th, 2019. Next is correspondence from the Police Department regarding termination of probationary police officer Rashad D. Riley. Item C on the consent agenda is termination of police aide Jalen M. Brown. Item D is correspondence regarding the demotion and suspension of Police Sergeant Mark M. Kubasek. Item E is correspondence regarding the suspension of Police Officer Luke X. Lee. Item F is request to approve the Fire Information Technology Manager Job Announcement Bulletin. And finally, item G is request for reclassification in the Fire Department of the position of Office Coordinator 2.
Is there any objections to any items on the consent agenda? If there are no objections, these items are adopted.
Under examinations, we have a request to approve the Police Officer Job Announcement Bulletin. And we have Katrina Whitley from our testing staff.
Good evening, Board Commissioners. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Katrina Whitley, as Executive Director Lakeisha Butler just stated, and I'm here in reference to seeking approval to approve the job announcement bulletin for the police officer position. So the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission will be accepting online applications for the position of Milwaukee police officer effectively as of Friday, February 22nd until Monday, March the 18th of 2019, if it is approved tonight. Police officers serve and protect, preserve public peace, protect life and property. They also work within the community to prevent crimes and enforce ordinance of the city of Milwaukee, as well as all of the laws for the state of Wisconsin. The current annual salary for this position is $44,923.68, with increases to a maximum of $79,856.26, as well as the city offers generous benefit package as well. The original job announcement bulletin that you received, there's one additional modification that I recently made, and that's in reference to the education preference point. It was not on the original one, but we have modified it. We do have the copies here for you, and when it goes live, it will be on there as well. So all of that information is presently here. Ms. Liz has that for you as well. Any questions or concerns?
And the preference points for what type of education? Bachelor?
It would be associate's and bachelor's degree.
And what are the points that they
The
receive?
points for associates is 3 points. The points for the bachelor's is 5. And you can only be assessed one, so not one or the other. Whichever degree you have, that is the highest.
Any other questions? If there are no questions, may I have a motion?
Second.
Thank you.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next, under examination, we have request to extend the police sergeant eligible list.
Move to approve.
Second. Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is, under the fire department, is a promotion of Battalion Chief Todd J. Van Roo to the position of Deputy Chief within the fire department.
Following our procedure, this will be laid over one meeting, so we can talk to you and interview you. So this will be addressed at that time.
Next item on the agenda is request to promote Torrance M. Jones to the position of Fire Lieutenant.
May I have a motion, please?
Move to approve. Second.
Move and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next is a request to promote Joel J. Alante to the position of Heavy Equipment Operator within the fire department.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Next item on the agenda is a request to amend the HEO eligible list.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Abstains? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Under the police department, we have first a request to promote Accounting Assistant 3 Jacqueline E. Pete to the position of Accountant 1 in the police department.
May I have a motion on the matter?
Second.
It has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Next is a request to promote Office Assistant 3 Denise and Tolbert to the position of Personnel Payroll Assistant 2.
May I have a motion on the matter?
Second.
It has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is a request to promote Office Assistant 3 Theodore Cross to the position of Office Assistant 4.
May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
This concludes the business on the agenda.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes or abstains? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Have a good night.